Good morning everybody. So now in this class I'm going to discuss about the some topics of health and disease and hygiene. So next topic is droplet infection. You know that many viral and bacterial diseases of the respiratory tract are transmitted through air. For example, the germs of tuberculosis pass into the air by sneezing or coughing of the patient. We have studied also that this is the main cause of what? This is the main cause of what, or this is one of the cause of infectious diseases. So these fine droplets containing germs remain suspended in the air for quite some time. The healthy person gets the infection by inhaling the same air with suspended droplets, and this type of infection is called as what? Droplet infection, because this is what is the cause of this infection? Droplets. Clear? Droplets containing germs, and that droplets comes from where? When the person sneeze or cough. Clear? Next, disease caused by the virus. So cold is most common infectious disease. It spreads through moisture droplets during sneezing and coughing. Next is mumps. Mumps develop due to the swelling of parotid glands. Parotid gland is what? Three types of salivary glands there. I have discussed in the digestive system. Clear? So mumps develop due to swelling of parotid glands below the ears. These germs spread by contact through handkerchief, crockery or utensils used by the patient. Another one is smallpox. Smallpox is a serious disease which is marked by small pustules all over the body. Clear? You can see here in the picture small pustules are there. Clear? Small pustules are there all over the body, and it spreads by contact and discharge from these pustules. Clear? Here are some common disease caused by the virus. So the first is mumps. Mode of transmission is what? Here? Droplet infection. Direct contact from article used by the patient, and symptoms of mumps is what? Painful swelling of a parotid gland. And what is the prevention or the treatment for mumps? Isolation of patient. And the second one, mumps vaccine. So two given here. Next is polio. What is the mode of transmission of polio? Contaminated food and water by flies. And second one is spread through feces. So better to learn point wise. Okay. Symptoms of polio is limbs and muscles paralyzed, and prevention or treatment is isolation of patient, proper disposal of fecal matter, and Salk vaccine. Clear? So which vaccine is used for the polio? Salk vaccine. Next is rabies. What is the mode of transmission? Through saliva by the bite of a mad dog. And symptom is fear from water. And fear from water, we use one term for this. What is that? Hydrophobia. What is the prevention or treatment? Immunization of dogs. And second one, a series of anti-rabies injections after a dog bite. Clear? Now, we were studying about the what? Smallpox. That is, smallpox is a serious disease which is marked by small pustules all over the body. It spreads by contact and discharge from these pustules. It has almost been eradicated from India and other parts of the world. Now next is poliomyelitis, causes paralysis of the limbs. It spreads by contact through discharge from the nose and throat and through fecal matter. So instead of learning from this page, it will be better if you learn from this table. Clear? You will find easy also, because there everything is given point wise. So instead of this, please learn this table. Whenever table is given, always prefer to learn from the table. Next one is measles. So measles is spread by contact. Its symptoms are a nasal discharge. So about the measles, it is not given here. So you will learn measles from here. So measles is spread by contact. Its symptoms are a nasal discharge. What are the symptoms? First one, nasal discharge. Second one, redness of the eyes. And third one, coughing. Next one is rabies. It is given here. So you can write from here. So what is the mode of transmission? Through saliva by the bite of a mad dog. And what is the symptom? Fear from water. And what term we use for fear from water? Hydrophobia. And what is the prevention or the treatment? Immunization of dogs and a series of anti-rabies injections after a dog bite. Next one is jaundice. Clear? So jaundice is also called as what? Hepatitis. It is a disease of the liver. So dash is a disease of the liver, jaundice. In this disease, the skin, eyes and urine turn yellow. It occurs from eating unhygienic food and drinking contaminated water. Contaminated water means water, polluted water. Next, disease caused by bacteria. So again, the table is given here. So you will learn from the table. It will be very easy and you can understand it. You can learn it very nicely also, point wise. So first disease that is caused by bacteria is cholera. And what is the mode of transmission? Contaminated food and water. Symptoms: vomiting, water, stools, watery stools. And the prevention or treatment is drinking boiled water, proper disposal of waste and vaccination. Next one is tetanus. What is the mode of transmission of tetanus? Entry of the germs into an open wound. Symptoms: jaws lock due to painful contractions of jaw and neck muscles. And prevention or treatment: anti-tetanus injection, keep wound clean and covered. Third one is typhoid. So what is the mode of transmission? Contaminated food and water. Symptoms: continuous fever. And the second one is soapy tools. And what is the prevention or the treatment? Drinking boiled water and ampicillin. Ampicillin is an antibiotic. Clear? So here tuberculosis is given. So it is usually a disease of water, lungs. So tuberculosis is a disease of lungs. Although other parts of the body may also be affected, but which part get affected more? Lungs. The bacteria is spread through the sputum of the infected person. Clear? Next is diphtheria. This is usually a disease of children and affects the throat. Not about the tetanus, it's better to learn from the table. Okay. Now the next is whooping cough. This is also called as pertussis. It primarily occurs in children. It spreads through a discharge from the throat of an infected person. The patient coughs with a peculiar sound. Okay. Next is pneumonia. It is a disease of what? Lungs, and it is caused by bacteria. Next is cholera. It is a disease of the infection in intestine. Clear? So in cholera, which part of the body get infected? Intestine. Its symptoms are what? Vomiting and whitish rice water color of loose motions. It spreads through contaminated food and water. Okay. Now, next is disease caused by protozoa. Again, it will be better if you learn from here. But few lines given here, that is very important. It is not mentioned here. Like malaria. So, malaria is what? It is caused by protozoan, Plasmodium. So, which protozoa is responsible for malaria? Plasmodium. So, Plasmodium enters the human body through the bite of a female Anopheles mosquito. So, which mosquito is responsible for this malaria? Anopheles mosquito. Female. Clear? Male and female both is there, but female Anopheles is responsible for malaria. It shows the symptoms of intermittent chill and high fever. Next is amoebiasis or amoebic dysentery. It is caused by what? It is caused by anta-amoeba and attacks large intestine. So this point is not mentioned here. You will get the transmission, you will get the symptoms, you will get the prevention, but this line you will not get in the table. So this you can learn from here. That amoebiasis or amoebic dysentery is caused by entamoeba and it attacks which part of the body? Large intestine. So in cholera, what? Intestine get affected, whereas in amoebiasis also large intestine get affected. Clear? Then common disease caused by protozoa. First, amoebiasis. What is the mode of transmission of amoebiasis? Contaminated food and water. And symptoms: diarrhea, stool mixed with blood and mucus. And next one is prevention or treatment of amoebiasis. So the first point, proper disposal of what? Feces. And the second one, clean water and food, sulfur drugs. Next is malaria. Malaria is also caused by protozoa. Which protozoa? Plasmodium. And which mosquito is responsible for this? Female Anopheles mosquito. Okay. Now symptoms is chills, rising temperature, profuse sweating, and prevention, elimination of mosquitoes. And second one is what? Chloroquine. Clear? Next, disease caused by worms. So first is elephantiasis. What is the symptoms of elephantiasis? Highly swollen legs. It spreads by the bite of female Culex mosquito. So malaria is caused by female Anopheles mosquito, whereas elephantiasis is caused by female Culex mosquito. Next is ascariasis. The parasite lives in the intestine and absorbs digested food. The eggs of this parasite may be found in the soil, unwashed fruits and vegetables. So that is why what we should do, we should always eat fresh fruit and well washed fruits and vegetables. Clear? Next is teniasis. The parasite is found in the intestine from where it absorbs digested food. Infection is caused by eating improperly cooked pork or beef. Clear? So, of course, this should be avoided. Now here, it will be better if you learn from this table. So, table is teniasis. Mode of transmission by eating undercooked pork or beef. Symptom, pain in the abdomen. And prevention, eating properly cooked meat. Medication to kill worms. Then ascariasis, mode of transmission is contaminated food and water. Symptoms, pain in abdomen and vomiting, and treatment is clean water and food and proper disposal of what? Feces. Then the next is elephantiasis. This is also called as filariasis. And mode of transmission is bite of female Culex mosquito. Symptom is highly swollen legs. And treatment is protection from mosquito bite and anti-filarial drugs. Okay. Now, next is preventive measures for disease. Clear? Preventive measures for disease. So, as is rightly said, prevention is better than cure. Always remember, prevention is better than cure. So, we must therefore observe the following preventive measures for our good health. And first is what? The first and very important thing is hygienic food. So always eat healthy and seasonal fruits and vegetables in proper quantities to develop body resistance against disease. Second one, cereals should be what? Cooked well. Cut vegetables and fruits left in the open attract germs. So we should not eat uncovered food, uncovered vegetables, uncovered fruits. Wash vegetables before peeling and eat whole fruits as far as possible. Avoid too much frying of vegetables. Food should be properly stored in the refrigerator. Meat and fish should be stored in the deep freezer. Drinking water must either be boiled or purified with the help of water filter. It should be stored in clean containers with covers. Because you know, contaminated water is responsible for many diseases. Okay. One should wash one's hand with soap before eating or handling food and also after visiting the toilet. Keep your surroundings clean by keeping dustbins closed with their lids, avoiding accumulation of water in ditches, etc. And the second most important thing for keeping ourselves healthy is what? Cleanness of environment. So maintain a clean environment to prevent the spreading of diseases due to the breeding of mosquitoes, houseflies and microorganisms. And second one, garbage should be kept in covered bins. Why? So that the flies do not breed on them. Because flies breed where? Yes, on the garbage. Do not allow water to stagnate outside your house and in your neighborhood because this is the breeding place of water, mosquitoes. Clear? So garbage is the breeding place of water, flies, whereas stagnant water is what? Breeding place of mosquitoes. Clear? Then there should be proper sewer lines connected to sewage treatment plants, and contamination of drinking water even with little amount of feces or dung causes number of diseases. So this all should be avoided. And for this means we have to keep our environment very clean. Next is personal hygiene. Yes, very important. So balanced diet, clean environment and personal hygiene. These things are very important. Then the physical exercise is also very good. Then rest and healthy habits. These things make ourselves what? Make us healthy and make us free from the diseases. So how to maintain the personal hygiene? So first is that what is hygiene? Hygiene is defined as a science of practice of maintaining good health. Taking care of one's own body means personal hygiene. So what is personal hygiene? You will write it. It is a science, and hygiene is defined as science and practice of maintaining good health. So this is important to maintain good health. Care of the skin. Regular bathing with good soap keeps the skin free from dirt and bad odor. Second, hand and nails. Hands should be washed properly before eating food and nails should be kept short. I hope you all are doing this because you all are very good students. You know how to maintain the personal hygiene. Nail biting, sometimes this happen that students develop this habit, nail biting. If you have developed this habit, please stop from now. Clear? Because nail biting is a bad habit because dirt goes into the mouth and it can causes many diseases. Then the regular washing of the hair should be done with shampoo to remove dirt, dandruff and lice. Combs and hair brushes should not be shared. Teeth and gums. So we should brush our teeth after every meal. Regular brushing and massaging the gums are effective way to prevent tooth decay and bleeding of gums. And for bleeding of gums, we should take what? Vitamin C also. Yes, this is the preventive measure to take vitamin C. And vitamin C is present where? In all the citrus fruits. Next is eyes. So wash eyes daily with tap water. There should be good light while reading and avoid too much watching of television and working on computers and video games. Clear? Trachoma and conjunctivitis. So what are the two common eye infections? Infectious disease, trachoma and conjunctivitis, and they spread through contamination by hand, handkerchief, towel, etc. Next is nose. The nose must be cleaned at regular intervals to remove dirt trapped by the mucus of nasal chamber. Always cover the nose and mouth while sneezing and coughing to avoid droplet infection. I have discussed about the nasal chamber. I have discussed about the droplet infection. Clear? Nasal chamber I have discussed in respiratory system, and droplet infection I have discussed in this chapter only. Next is ear. Never clean an ear with a sharp object. It could damage the delicate eardrum, which will cause impaired hearing. Ear is a self-cleaning organ. The wax inside the ear traps dirt and germ. Next is physical exercise. Yes, physical exercise is good. It's must also. To keep the body muscle active, exercise is must, because now in this pandemic, it is not safe to go out of the house. So especially now, develop the habit to do the physical exercise. Exercise helps. Why? What is the importance of exercise? Exercise helps normal functioning of the heart and lungs and for better circulation of blood. Next is rest. One should take proper rest and sufficient sleep. A normal healthy person requires what? What hours of sleep daily? 6 to 8 hours of sleep daily. And next is the healthy habits. One should develop healthy habits like taking food at regular hours, going to bed early but not just after the meals. One should not take stimulant such as tobacco, alcohol, drugs, etc. because they disturb sleep and cause what? Other ailments. Ailments means different types of diseases. Addiction to fast food is also very bad habit for health since it causes obesity, and fast foods are deficient in what? Vitamins. It doesn't give any good things to our body, so fast food should be avoided. Clear? So this much for this class. Thank you very much for this class.